哎，等等等，没有要睡，没有要睡。天数限定，不要这么残忍啊！不要这么残忍，好吗？我们去白教堂。来找路线，上面是不是这条吗？牛顿今天一定很开心。
Good evening, Milton.
我把他好朋友找回来。
Do you know that Nurse Hawkins is thinking of leaving the hospital?
That's not a surprise. We've talked about it already.
Does it not bother you?
Sometimes I think she may be right. We should run away while we can. Question is, where can we go? Where is it safe?
他好像很不安。
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
啊，东西其实很贵。
That was fast.
I'm afraid the trail of breadcrumbs leads beyond the hospital premises. I must leave for a time.
Is that so? Why?
Now it's time for you to be patient. It would seem that your blackmailer is part of a more complex machination whose root is in Whitechapel.
Machination? Do you suspect another immortal is involved?
有可能。
I hadn't considered that eventuality.
Do be careful, my good doctor. When immortals are involved, the stakes tend to escalate quickly.
I'll return with case solved or carried on my shield.
That was fast.
I'm afraid the trail of breadcrumbs leads beyond the hospital premises. I must leave for a time.
Is that so? Why?
Now it's time for you to be patient. It would seem that your blackmailer is part of a more complex machination whose root is in Whitechapel.
Machination? Do you suspect another immortal is involved?
I hadn't considered that eventuality.
Do be careful, my good doctor. When immortals are involved, the stakes tend to escalate quickly.
I'll return with case solved or carried on my shield. Good evening, Dr. Tibbets.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
Goodbye, Dr. Tibbets.
这条严重哦！哦，我来拯救你们，我不可以让我的市民们变得严重啊！市民们，有我在，市民们一定都是很安心的。我被救，我被救。 18级，我们看错。 哦，等一下再看，干你娘，干你娘！你死定了！咬下去！哦，我跟你讲，经过前面的训练，我不会再让自己轻易死亡了，气死我！我的幸福人民，真的，斧头还蛮痛的。我不会白白糟蹋他阿切尔的心意的。阿切尔，你的遗物，我会帮你报仇的。什么前面的硬 A？ 不是啦，不是安呢。这地方是什么地方啊？怪人攻击！我来救你！我来救你！有我在，不怕不怕。报复！等一下有老鼠，老鼠先让我补个好不好？老鼠帮忙，拜托你。它跑好快啊，老鼠跑很快，我好伤心。
It's locked, all right.
啊。哦，怎么痴汉吸血鬼？哦，我的天哪！感觉在下面。卡多根。哦。很好，很好。卡多根，你没事吧？卡多根，你没事吧？嗨，大哥。
What happened? Who are you?
It's all right, sir. You're safe now.
Oh, a fellow Englishman. Thank you, sir. For a moment, I thought those bloody heathens had killed me.
What are you doing here? This place is not safe.
Yeah, it's a cesspool, but it's mine. I came to collect some overdue rent, but those who still live here have gone completely bonkers.
You're very lucky to be alive.
Yeah, filthy immigrants. Fucking savages, every one of them. And now with this bloody fever, they're just animals.
You can find safety of sorts in Whitechapel. If you're quick and cautious, you'll be able to avoid the savages.
再见。有吗？我来看看。哦，对啦，啊，攻速有少5，不过也是逼不得已的。我也是逼不得已的。你看这个棒棒更慢，这个已经好很多了。
This is Braille. I need someone who can read this. This
什么都是硬 A。
despicable.
哦天哪！我出来以后要再重打。哦。
Turn around, sir. It's one of them.
Mm. 还有。太准了吧！哦，16。哦，会死人！会死人！ 好，剩你了。哦，好烫！哦，我会死啊！哦，太烫了啦！火好可怕，火好可怕！火很可怕。哦，被烧毁。里面这位应该已经救完了吧？我再走一次看看。
好全羊
哦，烧毁。
火烤就是美味。
哦，火烤就是美味。
I can't believe I'm doing this.
怎么知道你们还没吃？哎！这里面的大哥应该已经救完了吧？啊，大哥。
You had better return to Whitechapel without delay. It will be safer there.
Safety isn't really an issue in Whitechapel, because you never are, never have been. The old place is falling to pieces. But thank you for the advice, sir.
干，这大哥根本自己不想走啊！大哥，这边很危险呢，我不想再看到这一区变得更严重了。不就还好，我还有来，不然等等我睡一觉醒来，发现又死了一个，我会难过的。啊，上面还有一只。怎么也是变成菜？不行，我们要救他，我想救他。
This is despicable.
很好。请愿书。哦，卡多根一直在剥削你们哦。真假的？卡多根，哎，卡多根这名字好耳熟哦。我看一下卡多根是谁。我一直觉得卡多根这个名字好耳熟，是我刚刚救的那个人吗？普通感冒，好像是啊，是我刚刚救的那个人，是不是？
You had better return to Whitechapel without delay. It will be safer there.
Safety isn't really an issue in Whitechapel.
对啦，是他。
You never are, never
这
have
个
been.
剥削人的
Your
人。
places fall into pieces, but thank you for the advice, sir.
你这个剥削人的人。剥削他的血。好，哦，这边好像有什么？还有这个路。
I can't believe I'm doing this.
哦，居然是安全屋，我还不睡一波。
This is despicable.
我还不睡一波。可是我的经验值好像不太多。不管，还是要先睡。啊，好吧，看来是不给睡。咬咬的伤害，咬咬的伤害。绝技。这好像很厉害，技巧。哟。哎呀！哎呀！ 哦，干，这烧烫真的很太痛。哦，够了。Oh my god！ 很好哦，有够痛。这里是哪里？白教堂在上面。这里，快到，快到。
More and more of these bloody leeches every night. Aye? God, we're rooting more and more every year.
Get their weapons ready! We found...
Oh.很好啊，还有一位。哦，你够咯。哦。 谢谢大家。被陷害。这里是哪里？安全屋。
It ain't human!
Oh， 卖个赌啊，卖个赌啊！哦。 哦，有。
More and more of these bloody leeches every night.
It's mine! I'll take it.
Oh! 最可怕的一只。哦。 速战速决。
It's locked.
晚上的白教堂真的很可怕嘞。 野兽咬死善良市民，数值哦，会重置。我们去白教堂吧。啊，怎么还有？罗姐。 啊！哎呦！Go！ 这个很痛，不是开玩笑的。够了！这肥仔怎么这么硬啊？ 怎么还有？还没？还有？哦，剩你好解决。不 C NPC 路上的怪都高我5等，难怪这么难打。可恶，好想当，可是我想当善良好市民啊！就是不惜 NPC 自动变成困难模式的概念。等级比我高就是难打，有弱化，可是我还是觉得很难打。哦哦哦！ 我攻击弱化，气死我了！哦，想当个善良市民，好难呐、快到了，快到了！超额代打没有代打了，白痴哦！到了，到了。
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
好，佩特斯库，我没有要欺负人妻啊。佩特斯库是吧？暗影技能没有啊，我现在全部都技能都全部都花在就是基本体质上面。我想说基本体质先养好，技能什么的后面再说。这地方感觉惨惨的。啊！等，我干的什么？啊
！Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
哦，吓死我了
I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
哦，你找的那个人已经死了。
I found the recruiter you were expecting. He's dead, but he carried a note. The Wet Boot Boys have accepted your application.
I knew it! I told you I was tough enough. I'll be free soon.
你自己知道风险是什么？
This note was found on a dead man, Albert. If that doesn't change your mind, then you must be ready to face the risks.
You're all fancy words, none of which concern me. Go worry about someone else. I'm fine and I have a future here.
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey, I didn't do anything, it ain't me.
All right. Perhaps the poor drunk just confused you with someone else.
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? If you know anything about her, I'd appreciate it.
Never heard of her. She's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
暗影技能我也不晓得哎。
Goodbye, young man.
The Wet Boots will be proud of me.
What? Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed. And I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
What is it, Benjamin? It was the war, wasn't it? Your nerves are shot, aren't they? I need some answers, Private. From one soldier to another.
The doctors called me a liar. A coward. Put me in a straitjacket, locked me up. Finally, they sent me back to the front lines with a handful of tablets.
振作起来！
What about those we left behind, face down in the mud? You want to change places with them? You cannot waste your chance at life this way.
It's not that simple. I wouldn't have expected you to understand. I don't even know why I spoke to you in the first place.
Whatever the boy did, I'm sure he didn't deserve a public execution.
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that I'm sick in the head, you see, and the boy he just failed me last nerve.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Have you heard anything?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. But the woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
What can you tell me about this place?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
You don't have anywhere to go? No family that would welcome you?
Not since the death of my wife, Albert's mother. She was sick, you see. Long before the flu and all this shit.
You mean you used to have a better life?
Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a job. I even used to have a name. Now I'm just Ben. Ben the Tramp.
Perhaps you could focus for a moment and tell me your troubles.
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills. Everything's coming up roses.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
The wet boots will be proud of me.
Good evening, Benjamin. Can I help you?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Reed.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now. Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Tell me, who intrigues you most in Whitechapel?
The region itself is something to see, but I would say Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
Camellia.
What do you think of the locals?
Most of them are afraid or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
Is there anyone I should avoid?
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they get here.
哦，难怪他不出来，一直躲在那个房子里。感觉这城里的人也没有很喜欢他。
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like to talk about competition.
Competition, you say?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort of medical care to the poor. The whole thing has to be some sort of scam, if you ask me.
Goodbye, Miss Swanborough. Perhaps we'll talk again.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
这比空底跟吸血鬼食量。
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
啊，被拒绝。
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing.
观察他要做什么。后面。观察他的行动。
There's nobody here.
我要怎么观察他的行动？
It's locked, all right.
都不能走。要怎么进去呢？晚安，要睡了，晚安。要怎么进去？
Good evening, my dear colleague.
Goodbye, Miss Swanborough. Perhaps we'll
等
talk
级
again.
不足。我困扰。有另外后面有一条路。
I cannot enter.
这边，后面这边绕。
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
好凶哦！
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Welcome, sir. Please, take a browse of my wares.
I am Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane? So the bitch really is a nurse, then? Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
So she's trying to help her fellow immigrants. Why would that make her a villain?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
How is business around here?
Business? I have no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
Well, you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever, madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak anymore, just screaming.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
I know it's hard to believe, but
干嘛一直摇来摇去就晃一下嘛？
There's no one in.
到底要怎么进去呢？还有一个后门。
Better go. Yo! Get back in the grave!
Oh!
That's all you deserve.
这边吗？那这是出去的路啊，应该不是这边啊。
It's locked.
好想进去哦。到底怎么走啊？
When science fails you, this elixir you failed again.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
It's all a bloody joke.
Good evening, Benjamin. Can I help you?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Reed.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
一整个超级迷路哎。
Die in some piss stinking alley reeking worse than a week old lavvy.
You failed again. Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even the flu is no match for report.
真的找不到。 这要怎么调查？
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be from Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nethercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
Oh.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
OK。Lichaka 跟 Clyde 不是，不对，他不是我要找的人。这两位是谁？哦，是老鼠。本杰明。
Drugs for the sick and suffering.
It's locked, all right.
You again? What do you want this time?
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
You are a criminal who endorses criminal activity. The least you could do is stop hiding behind this pretense.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
克莱顿，克莱顿在这一区啊。Joe.
Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you? Joe Peterson. He's the villain here, isn't he? But you seem to know each other.
I'd known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then. But these days, he's just another thug.
What can you tell me about Mr. Peterson? Besides his behavior toward you, obviously.
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer, good one even. But after his wife passed away, he found every excuse to stop training. Just wanted to pick fights with everyone.
Taking out your anger on others is nothing but cowardice. And Colossi are quite famous for tumbling down.
We've all had some rough times, ain't we? But most of us don't use our fists to see us through.
And no one has ever stood up to this thug.
Nobody would be fool enough to stand against the Wet Boot Boy.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
看到他，吸到他，唔通安呢，唔通安呢。我们要在这边找人。啊，这大哥在这边干嘛？他在上厕所啊。
You again? What do you want this time?
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
真是的，28就是如此的随性。随地解放黑了。啊，这里吗
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
Have you any friends? Any family left in these terrible times?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son. He is so devoted. I sent him to preach the good word in the heart of this corrupted city.
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after night.
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
As a true believer, Samuel will fear no evil while he walks through the valley of the shadow of death.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that nurse Crane.
又是一个讨厌她的。
So you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work, but nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fiber.
这思想也太偏激了吧
Why do you hate Nurse Crane more than other nurses?
Before coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in our country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
I am. But the answers I seek are based on facts, not superstition. What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
Well, I suppose I can spare a few minutes listening to your so-called truth.
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men. With my own eyes I have seen them, those minions from the abyss.
I have heard enough. Goodbye. Good evening, Mr. Whitaker.
It's Father Whitaker, my son. So, are you still lost in your rational delusions?
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion.
睡觉晚安
But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
Well, I suppose I can spare a few minutes listening to your so-called truth.
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men. With my own eyes I have seen them, those minions from the abyss.
Really? And what would be your answer to this biblical threat?
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us. But not with scalpels and microscopes. No.
What is left then?
Cleansing fire.
什么鬼啊
Tell me, Tobias, what exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of this city?
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the
有
ashes,
病哦，不就烧毁，
purified by the flames.
把大家都烧光光啊！
Purification by fire has proved useful, but where do you stop? Burn the clothes? The buildings? The corpses? Worse?
Your lack of faith is predictable. But my task is to convince rational minds like yours to see the light. This is God's will.
You're mad and dangerous. You're nothing but a soulless butcher. A small-time Torquemada. The Savonarola of Whitechapel.
My son, if you think salvation is a free gift, go listen to the lies of that pompous fool, Joseph.
Joseph a fool?
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church. While he continues preaching his fraudulent redemption, more and more people die in the streets.
其实只要火葬就好，他偏偏就是要把整个大家都烧光光，脑子超有问题。
I have heard enough for tonight. Goodbye.
那时候宗教真的有这种有病的神父，我的天！他在敲门。我们今天先到这里好了。